We're doing it. Said at the end, he goes, taking any prisoners. Oh, hell yeah. TRUTHSLINGER live. Yeah, baby. We're making news now. We're not watching the news. We're not relaying the news. We are making the news right now, today, live. We are live. Makes the blood flow, doesn't it? Because I don't know what's going to happen. That's what's so cool about live. TRUTHSLINGER News Network, man. Making news, making history. Breaking the news. Here we go, boys and girls. My name is Tim. I am an enchanter. No, I'm not. All right. I'm just fooling. I'm just kidding. No, silly me, no. I'm just your TRUTHSLINGER. That's what I am today, right? And we are coming to you live from the woods of central Maine today, where we are going to be, through the modern technology and miracles of modern technology, we are going to be going live to the streets of Bangor with our roving reporter, my friend, my new friend, Ian Fisher. And he in Northern Dissenter, right? I think it's at Northern Dissenter. I don't know if that's all it is. I want to check that out. Maybe inform me and let me know if that's his handle. Not. We can put it up on the screen, man. once again, through the miracles of modern technology, we can also do that as well. Yep. So, interview panelist. That's where I'm at. Right.
Oh my God.
I'm sure we have the name of the guest we can put in. Do you have his at? My love? Sweetheart?
No, the dissenter? I can't hear myself.
Oh. No, you can hear yourself.
Ian Fisher.
What?
At Ian Fisher 256.
Ian, is it all like any capitals in there?
Nope.
Ian.
Are you serious?
Fisher? Fisher?
Wow.
Fisher? Ian Fisher?
Yes.
Hang on, I got back up again. Ian
Fisher.
Fisher?
Like a fisher.
Yeah. Numbers?
2560.
2560. 2560.
Yep.
Ian Fisher 2560 is going to be giving us a report today. And hopefully we're not going to have any technical problems. Hopefully he's going to just zoom right in. So, yeah, man, my field of I got to zoom in a little bit, man, on myself at some point. This is crazy, man. I'm like all intense and stuff, and you can see the fact that on my landing back there, right, called a staircase. Yeah, there's clearly nobody's getting upstairs, man.
What is there?
Yeah.
What is there?
What's
Ow!
that? Oh, that's right. I'm not even using camera
Fucking
A.
cat.
Uh-oh. Oh, crash. Oh, don't crash. Oh, thank God. Okay, we didn't crash. OBS Studio almost crashed. I almost went white screen.
Is that like the blue screen of the past?
It would have been the screen of death, pretty much. I mean, pretty much. So I have this little problem. I don't know, maybe some technical person out there. I'm in Restream Studio, and I'm capturing my window share over here, so you get to see this, and it really works cool because I get to do all this scene management and stuff, and change the aspect ratio of things, and zoom in, zoom out, all this kind of stuff.
Oh my God.
Woohoo! And so when we get somebody in, we'll be able to do this. But what's happening on the bottom of the screen every once in a while, right down here on the bottom, I get a little play button and a bar like down here. Yeah, it just pops up there.
I haven't seen it.
It's crazy. It happens. It happens usually when I move around, I think. I'm not quite sure. Or no, that's the herky-jerky of the camera. Sometimes it does that. Anyway, I don't know. If you know how to solve that, let me know, because I'm like, I have no idea.
Let us know in the comments if you can, in the chat, I mean.
Yep.
If
you happen to see that.
Does the camera look better? Can you tell?
Yeah, do you like the new digs, man? We got a new Logitech.
A new camera.
Not Logitech Brio. Brio is the name of the camera.
We didn't go
lovely.
super expensive, but we went.
No, but we went
better than trailer trash.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Webcam.
Oh my God, doing another gummy, are we?
Yes.
Gonna do gummy celebration today? She's like, celebrate good times. Come on. It was two for one day.
Yeah, baby.
2 for 1 day at the weed store, right?
Yeah.
Lots of gummies.
Woo!
Fork one over.
All right.
If I come home bringing home that kind of extras, right? I need one.
I threw
Pinch.
it at you.
Pinch where you need a pinch. Oh, you threw it at me. Oh my goodness. I got incoming gummies, guys. Here we go. They taste so delicious.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, the watermelon is not very good. This blue. No. Ah! Fucking cat!
Whoa.
I'm gonna kill this cat. I will kill. I'm sorry. Stop
Wow.
jumping on me.
Wow.
She jumps on me and climbs up my legs with her fucking claws.
Wow.
Like,
What were we talking about exactly? I don't even remember.
gummies.
Oh my God. Wow. They taste so yummy.
You get if you
Nothing like going outside in the garden.
If you chew them for like 10 seconds and then
just
you
take some
swallow it,
flour
it's
and throw it in your mouth and chew that up, and just picture that mixed with a little bit of fake strawberry lemon flavoring, all in jelly format with a thin sugar coating that goes away right after, and then that bitter sets in, right? So
Yeah, it
well,
burns your throat.
anyway, what's going on out there? Hopefully, we're getting close to 2:00. We're coming on live. We're gonna have Ian Fisher, so we're just waiting for people to populate the place.
Yep.
I'm not panicked and worried quite yet.
Don't be.
We won't be calling Ian just yet. Ian's done this before.
Ian's in Bangor.
He's in Bangor.
Maybe he'll
that
see
is the proper
Stephen
way.
King.
And so, no, I think he's going to see people that are in unfortunate circumstances that are living homeless in encampments in Bangor. And what's interesting is I went to Tractor Supply today, and this is no
Oh
kidding.
boy.
And I met Isaiah. And actually, we were met before, but we were well met today. And the young man was just delightful, and he helped me, find the animal dewormer, the dog dewormer. And then he was delightful and said he was going to fill my propane. And then he had 4 cylinders, and he didn't realize I had 4 cylinders. So I wandered out there, and I like to talk to people, and I started talking to him. And it turns out that he was homeless
Wow.
in, I think, Portland?
Maine.
In Maine, either Portland or Bangor. I can't
Wow.
really quite remember. And so he was homeless, dude. I'm like, you don't strike me as the homeless kind of guy.
Type.
Yeah, you don't. I mean,
don't
you're
look
wearing a
homeless
uniform. You're well spoken. He's a
very-
follower of Jesus. He follows
Is
Jesus.
he white or black?
And
or-
he was a drug addict. At one point, I think he said that.
What was his race?
He's white. He's white kid.
guy.
Nice guy.
Was he overweight?
No, skinny guy.
Really?
Yeah. Neat guy. I
Drug
really liked
addict?
him, and so I think he had problems, but
Drugs?
he had, but I think so. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember now. I mean, I talked to so many people, and they're starting to blend together.
I'm such a good investigator.
But I do know that he was unable to afford housing, and he was
Right.
working apparently, and that was what I do remember that he definitely told me. So I said, I want to talk to you, right?
Right.
I just love talking to people. Oh, he knows Ian. Oh, wow, look at that.
Who knows Ian?
Huh?
The homeless guy knows Ian?
No.
Oh, the scriptures guy knows Ian.
Yes.
No shit.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
Yep.
That's
Val.
good.
Val knows. Val. I can't believe you know him,
I
Val.
love Val.
Yeah.
Beautiful name, Balance.
Yeah,
Balance.
love it, Val. We're gonna call you Val. You don't have a choice.
It should be more like Valiant. Valiant.
I have
like courageous.
bequeathed
Don't
thee.
bequeath nothing.
No, I bequeathed him.
No, don't bequeath nothing. That's
benameth
disgusting.
him. Yeah.
You're gonna get us arrested for God's sakes.
That's
No,
right.
no bequeathing.
No bequeathing.
No bequeathing.
No. Yeah. He's a nice guy. We had a nice chat. We talked and everything. And I know I'm not hungry.
Oh, okay.
It don't make me eat.
What?
What are you like being like mama?
I got you some pepperoni if you want some pepperoni. What? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Pepperoni
yeah.
is a snack.
Yeah. So
It's a
anyway,
snack.
Val and I had a really good chat this morning, and we sat down
Yeah.
and met each other like face to face, and I can't believe because
Oh my God,
he came
he
into our
lives-
orbit, and he lives like a town over.
He lives
2 towns over.
like 5-10 minutes away. I mean,
yeah,
maybe
it's
like
crazy.
10 minutes away. Holy shit. That's so cool. Maine, it's funny because Maine is a big state. I mean,
Yep.
it's a very small state.
Yeah, but it could take you 2 hours
But
to
it-
get anywhere.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
takes
a lot of
2
places.
hours to get anywhere, and it's not unusual to say it's going to take me 5 hours to get there. It's there's some parts of Maine that are hard to get
Cool.
to.
How many people we got tuning in? Did
I
you
don't know.
advertise it to our group, our core group,
What? I advertise it
to our core group of 20 people?
in messages?
Yeah,
No,
in DM. Send it to
will.
there and the other group that we belong to,
Oh
the
my
main group.
God, would you
Just
stop?
do it. Just do it. Just march.
I'm doing it.
Remember, this is a patriarchy. Damn you.
I know.
Damn you, woman. Get in line,
Copy link.
woman.
I'm working on it, babe.
Make me a pie.
Shut up.
Take shoes off. Make me a pie.
I'm working on it, baby. Hi, Kenny Crow. Is he on?
He's not on. He's not commenting. I don't
So
know.
tell me what the Crow show is going to be about.
Yeah, don't pop on though. Nobody's allowed to pop on. We got a report going on. I'm not going to turn you on or include you if people use the link. I got to get him a link. Hang on a minute. Copy the invite link. I got to get it in the DM.
Who? I'm sending the link out to a few people. Ooh, kitty, go away.
All right. Apparently, I didn't. I forgot to send him the new link. That's why he's not joining us yet.
Who?
That's why I was tap dancing. Ian.
Oh, what?
He's coming on. He's coming on. I gave him
thought
the
he
I
was
gave him the
on
new link.
already. Who have we been talking to?
Huh?
Who have we been talking to?
What are you talking about? The viewers out there. Viewers like
We
you.
haven't been talking to anybody other than the viewers.
No, there's nobody.
I thought you had a guest.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Stop. Seriously, everybody stop. This is serious.
What do you want? Mwah, mwah. All right, I'll give you a piece of pepperoni. Here, now go away.
All right, so we're just waiting still.
Yep.
He's gonna be. It's all right.
It is.
We have a limited time. We're gonna be spending some time at the homeless camp in Bangor. That's what we're doing today. We are in the homeless encampment. Let me go back to my OBS and see everything's going on. Yeah, we're still streaming. Everything's good. Let me go over here to my.
Go away. Go away.
She's eating, and the cats are descending upon us. Yes, I'm gonna mute you soon.
It's very stressful eating around here.
Yeah, it is because we have little.
Everyone wants some. Everybody wants some.
All right, so there's the name of our guest. All right.
What?
The singing we could do without the singing.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Sure.
So. All right, please. I'm gonna start to get pissed off. Really. All right, so hopefully he's not going to have a trouble with the link. That's my only fear usually when I get stressed about this kind of stuff. There's nothing to stress about except technology, right?
Yes.
And try to get people dialed in.
Yep.
And I really want to do this live because the pictures were good.
Live is fun.
It is fun. I wish I would have sent him the link.
More people are interested in watching live, I think, than recorded. Because it's recorded, it's like it's already happened. If it's live, it's like, it's happening as we speak.
Yep. So Kenny says he's watching.
Penny Crow.
Yep.
Mr. Crow, I love you.
Yeah, that was fun.
He's got a nice accent.
We had fun last night, didn't we, Crow?
Yep.
Yeah, I got that guy's email address, by the way. The guy we talked to last night. Juan. His name is Ron, but I call him Juan because he reminds me of Juan Williams.
We don't know what his Twitter handle is, though. Get off of me.
No, I don't. But I do have his email address, and I got his phone number. Ooh. So he said to text him or whatever, let him know anytime we go live because he loved it. He had fun. And then Richard had his wife on, Morgan, and that was crazy, right?
She was hilarious.
She was hilarious. She was really funny. And so,
she
all right.
was having a good time.
All right, so I'm monitoring my DMs. Should we be calling him now and seeing what the hell is going on if he's having trouble getting in?
Yeah, it's 206.
No, well, I just sent him the link about 2 minutes ago, so he's seen it. He's seen the link.
Oh, that's good. Mike Pence is a coward.
203 and it's 2056. Yeah, so whatever. We should have him on momentarily, man. Stick with us because this is going to be a really cool report here.
Tim Pool says
we're doing this.
Tim Pool says Mike Pence is a coward.
Well, he is a coward, right?
He's an asshole, too.
Yep. All right, hold on.
Stop. Wow.
The camera's too good.
The same number of people were killed in Butler, Pennsylvania on July 13th as at the Capitol on January 6th. To be Ashley Babbitt and Corey Compadre, both with unarmed Trump supporters. Wow. No, go away, cat. No. What's that about? Why are you barking? Don't bark. Ha ha ha. Ow! Fucking cat!
Still waiting. All right.
I hate
In the meantime, I'm going to share my screen, guys.
Oh, okay.
In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen over here. And I want to... That's it. Okay, let's do this.
Whoops, I lost my shoe.
All right, check this out, guys. Let's look at some pictures. Okay. Right, as a matter of fact, let's make me real small.
We're going to look at pictures?
Yeah, we're going to look at pictures.
Of what? Oh, Bangor.
Of Bangor, okay?
The homeless encampment.
Yeah, the homeless encampment. Right, so check this out, guys.
Thanks to Northern Dissenter.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, all right. So he's out there with his son. And here's some of the pictures that we got from the homeless encampment, right? And so we're going to give a chance, hopefully, to talk to someone here at like just after 2.
Right.
And then we're going to talk to the pastor of the church and Terry at the church, Pastor Terry. And so we're excited to talk to Pastor Terry. And we're going to talk to Vito like we were supposed to talk to him at 2. I just sent the
God.
link.
Oh.
But here's what's going on, right? People are living in a homeless encampment. We're going to
Right.
find out exactly where this is, but this is in Bangor. And so this is these people like hanging out, living in tents, right? And it gets real cold, right, in the
Yep.
winter. And so I want to know what's going to happen. You know, the nights are going to start to get cold. But you see all this trash that we've got going on here,
Yep.
and nastiness. It's just, interestingly enough, we got no
Starting to
people.
stack up.
No people. Love is the law.
Yeah, right.
So it's filthy. What does this say? Temporarily closed to the public until further notice. Camping or parking use is prohibited. Right? Well, obviously that's not working. So we made a law against something, and lo and behold, it still happens. Amazing. Maybe that's kind of like gun laws, right? So all right. So now I'm starting to get a little concerned. We'll give this a couple more minutes, and we'll see what's going on. But here's more pictures from Bangor. This is what we're going to be hopefully talking to someone live down there, and hopefully we're not having any problems,
Oh my God.
right? But this is apparently the path up to where the homeless encampment is. But there's needles laying around, garbage everywhere, right? It's a real mess. So there we go. That's the truck. That's their truck. They're there. All right. And we're just waiting here. So at this point, hopefully we'll get them on. So I'm going to turn that screen share off, and hopefully we'll have our friend Ian joining us momentarily. And we're going to be talking to a pastor down there, I think, is going to shed some light on the situation and what they're also trying to do to fight the situation down there. But it's sad, Oh. Hello, this is Tim. Hey. Right. I'm not quite sure. I mean, what I can do is I can try and refresh the link and send you a new link and maybe try that. And the other thing is, if there are any other apps that your phone might be tapping the camera and preventing it from accessing the camera. Those are the only things I can think of. And I mean, worst case, we've got your pictures. And so if this doesn't work, in a few minutes, if we've got somebody that's there and we can get them on a speakerphone, I can pipe you in that way, and we can listen to the audio. It'd be a shame, though, if we couldn't get the video. That would be really the bomb. Yeah. Well, what I can do is I can send you a link, and if that doesn't work, I've got a backup link, which is going to be a little cruder to do, but I think I can get it done, and it'll take a minute. But let me send you first a link, and then a refreshed link. Try that one. And if you can't get in and you don't pop up on my screen, then I'll send you a vdo.ninja link, and hopefully we can use that one. And we'll see. We'll try it that way. All right, here we go. Well, that's a bummer. We're having technical problems, okay? And I was worried about this. I was worried about this.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm not spreading. Haha. lost the cheese. I lost the cheese.
I don't know where the damn cheese is.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh, good. Oh,
that?
so close. He's in.
Ian.
I
I got Vito out here. Yeah, he's getting ready.
can hear you, but I cannot see you. I got a black camera. Can you hear me?
Yep.
We're getting closer.
You see me now?
No, I cannot. Still.
I think I gotta turn the camera around.
All black.
It's all black. That's all I have. It's transmitting something, but it's just black. I mean, it's like the letter popped up. Your letter I popped up as your name when you switched to camera. Yeah, it popped up again. You're switching your camera back and forth. So I can tell something's going on over there, but it's not broadcasting your picture.
You're black.
Okay. We won't try joining in. We can just join back in. Try that. There's something in the camera. Oh. We'll be back.
Frustrating. We did this the other day, too. That's the frustrating part, right? Well, we're trying, guys. We got them technical difficulties. The devil's trying to pee in our cornflakes today, but we're not going to let him, right? We're going to get this done somehow, one way or another.
I lost my cheese.
I turned the camera around last time. I had to.
Right.
It was better than the.
Do you see the little? There's a little gear at the bottom. There's a little gear somewhere on the bottom right.
Yeah.
Do you see the little?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You can hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, not now.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're working on it. He's going to try and log in one more time. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to send him a video ninja link. I'm going to try that. Have patience, guys. Have patience. It's going to be worth it if we get this done.
Yep.
I'm going to try one more time. Psst, psst. The cats are eating the food. That's how they take the cheese. They're taking the pepperoni. They're going to run away with it in 1 second.
Okay.
Can I have it? Protect it? Can't go to sleep with food over there.
Well, I'm not going to sleep now.
Well, you're laying on the keyboard. So I just don't want the pepperoni to go away. I don't know where the cheese went. All right. So I'm frustrated. Okay, let me see. Let's send him this. All right. So, yeah, we got to try Zoom. We got to try something else, try another platform. I'm going to try, a friend of mine uses StreamYard. And maybe we're going to try StreamYard next time to do the same thing. If we can get in and see. I'm willing to pay for it. This one's free, but if we want to get more than 10 people in here. So I sent another link to a different a different way in to an interview. And so hopefully we're going to see if, oh boy, we're going to see if Ian pops into either one now. I don't know. Getting frustrated. Yeah, I rushed home to do this and was all excited about it. And it's like, oh, here we go. He wants a password. All right. We're almost there. Hang on. He's got a password issue. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, he's trying to get in. We're trying to communicate cryptically through direct messaging. I just sent him the password, so he's going to try to get into the Video Ninja way. The VDO Ninja, that's my backup plan, my great black backup plan. Which kitties? My God, there's so many of them. We got Bitsy. That's the one that looks like cookies and cream chocolate ice cream or whatever. I mean, she looks like German Shepherd coloring, but all mixed up.
Black and brown.
Mostly black. Then we got two white and black kitties.
Back there. Doty's sleeping with a kitty back there.
Well,
So sweet.
we got Benji and Mini Me. There he is. Okay, I got somebody.
Benjamin
Oh,
are
God.
identical looking.
Oh, my God.
What? Who is that? No, it's nobody.
Yeah. He's in, but I can't see his video. Now he's in the other way. I can't see your video, buddy. Oh, my God. This is terrible. We are not having it where it's not working. We had him at audio before.
Why shouldn't you close that window?
Why can't I close this window?
Why do you need to have a window open for her?
Why is it not responding?
I don't know. Excuse me.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Scott Press is amazing.
All right, we're gonna try and send another fresh link. We're gonna refresh it one more time.
Fresh and fruity. Fresh and fruity.
Link refreshing, new link created.
Oh my God. Hi. Ha. You're funny. Wow. RFK supporter. I just want to say, I was totally wrong about Donald Trump. And I actually feel bad. Uh-oh, where'd she go? I lost her. Oh, I lost her. I'm sorry.
All right. Oh, okay. Microphone. Roadcaster 2 main stereo. Okay, there we go. That's better. Now my audio sounds better, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Jen's having a rough time here. All right. So
Me? Yeah,
I think we got better audio.
yeah.
I was accidentally hooked to the microphone on this webcam over here.
Oh,
The new webcam.
That's not good.
No. Say this is a good webcam. So my look at that.
I wonder if you have a camera cover. Uh-oh.
Hey, we got him. All right, we got him. 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 Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh yeah, we got him. We got him. We got a show. We got a show.
You ready, Damien?
We got a show. We are in Bangor, Maine. I am so excited. Got him. So glad that we were patient. Got this done. How are you, Ian? How are you, my buddy?
Good. Can you see me good? I gotta adjust the camera.
Yeah, I can see you good. I'm just going to turn you up so we can hear good.
Go get Vito.
So we are live, guys. We are live in Bangor, Maine. We are at the homeless encampment. I don't know anything about it, and Ian and I were talking earlier this week, and we just said this is a story that needs to be covered. And I said, "Hey, are you willing to go down there and do it?" And Ian, my brother with that wonderful facial hair he's rocking over there, said, "Heck yes, I'm going to be into this, doing this out here." So he's got, apparently, you have somebody there that you grew up with. Is that right? Am I getting that right?
My friend Vito from high school. We go way back, about 25 years.
Wow. And so he's going to tell us about the circumstances of how he found himself there, how he found his way there.
Yep. We've got some things to talk about with you. Come over here in a minute.
Cool. Well, I was at TSC this morning, and I was talking to a young man named Isaiah who told me, and I can't for the life of me remember whether it was Portland or Bangor, but he said he spent about 6 months living in the homeless community there because he just couldn't afford housing, and he was working, and then until things improved. And I'm not quite sure if there was drugs involved in that one, but which probably it is a lot of times down there, in the homeless encampments. So it was very interesting. We exchanged phone numbers, and I wanted to talk with him as a follow-up after this report. That would be someone else that I would really want to talk to and tell me what it's like to have lived down there and then pull themselves out of it.
Right, Vito's been down there about the longest, he said. So we can let him tell his story.
Yep.
When he gets over here.
Yeah. Do you know much about like how old the encampment is, and has it been there for like how long or what?
It's been there like 3 years.
3 years. Wow. Okay. And so you got mostly local Maine is there or what?
Yeah, they're all local Mainers.
Did the police give them any trouble out there, Ian?
Oh yeah, the police come in there regularly. I'll let Vito tell the story. Are you live right now?
I am. Yeah, we're live. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, we've been streaming. I've been tap dancing over here while we were trying to get our hookup here, and I'm just so grateful to God. Yeah, your camera looks great. You look great. You're looking awesome there, buddy.
All right.
So you have your son with you today?
Yeah, I have my son. I'm gonna bring him over here. This is Damien.
Oh man, rocking. Hey, good to see you, man.
Hi.
Definitely nice. I think it's really courageous what you're doing, going out there with your dad, going out there and engaging people, man, and talking to people. That's great.
4 years. I've been with my pastor.
Awesome.
Yeah, speak up because I got a little bit of noise. I want to make sure you get.
Vito.
Oh, there's Vito. Go ahead. Just tell me a little bit. What did you say again?
Yeah, Vito. I come out here for 4 years. I did a warming shelter for them. I've seen a lot of things in that. From I was 16 to now I'm 20 years old. So.
Wow. So you've been doing this for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is why I wanted to tell this story because it's like you and your dad going out there, helping people, warming station, things people just don't think about. We don't want people to freeze to death, right? I mean, that's real. These are real problems that people are confronted with in our state.
One of the biggest issues that I've seen is there's a lot of mental health issues. Most of them, and then there's drug issues.
Yeah.
It's more they more all have mental health issues before they have drug issues.
Right.
We take in 50, 60 people in the winter time every night, and then we take them in, we feed them, let them shower, do what they need to do, and then we've seen things that I couldn't even imagine an everyday person being able to see.
Yeah. Wow.
There's a lot of mental illness more than there's anything else. Bangor.
Yeah. So I mean, how do you think best we can get serve that community? I mean, do we need to have some places that are facilities that people can go in order to clean themselves up with qualified counselors? And I'm not talking about stupid woke counselors, but people that can actually maybe give them some biblical counseling or something or life skills or something to help them out of the situations they're in.
Yeah, I do know a couple people that do go out and help and try to get vouchers for people. And, I mean, they try their hardest, but there's not a lot of housing around.
Yeah, right.
There's not a lot of things to help them in their situations.
Well,
I mean, you go to the hospital, and you're having a mental illness, a mental problem, and sometimes they don't even believe you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think there's something definitely broken in our
They
system.
send you right back out the door. Like there's a guy that we've tried to get people blue papered, a few people like that with mental illnesses that don't know how to take care of themselves. And the biggest issue is that we couldn't do anything to get them into it. Not even their own counselors.
Really?
Yeah, it was a big issue. Like we had a couple people we had one guy who was off. He really didn't know what day it was and stuff like that, and we needed him to get help. And now that he has help, now he's almost like a normal human being.
Right.
It took us 3 years to get him. We just got him that last year.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Well, what you're doing out there truly is, I mean, it's the Lord's work, and you're it's where the rubber meets the road, right? What you're doing there, and this is something that I wanted to do, and I committed to do actually over in the spring, but now the Lord is lifting me up to do this, and there are already people that are connected, and this is why it's so cool that God brought you to me so that we can tell this story right now to people that are watching. I mean, the chat is blowing up, man. People are saying that what you're doing is noble cause and how impressed people are. But what we want to do, I think, is ultimately lift up Jesus Christ here, right? Well, you're doing a great job. Is Vito with us?
What'd you say?
I said, is Vito with us?
No, not yet. I don't.
Yeah. So how often, and what's your name again? Your first name? I'm sorry? Damien. So Damien, wow, that's a name from the movie The Omen, man. As usually people that are superstitious would get scary of a name like that. Anybody give you any grief about it?
No, I've come down here since once a week every year.
Once a week.
Every month.
Wow.
I work a full-time job. So
Yeah, of course. Well, let me while we're waiting for Vito, can you tell other people how they can help us help you, or how they can help you directly, or what your cause is over there, what you need? What do you need?
We take donations of food and clothes to the church any day of the week. Just a phone call to Pastor Terry. Terry will take everything and distribute it to everybody that needs it.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna get a chance to talk to Pastor Terry in a little bit, right?
This is Steven. Steven's been living down here. We'll talk to him a little bit. Let him talk to you, TRUTHSLINGER.
Yep. Make sure. I'm sorry. Steven is your name?
Yes.
Hi, Steven. Can you come right center in the camera there and get close so that we can hear you? The audio is cutting out just a little bit, but we're gonna. There you go. That's good. I'm really glad.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you great. It's a little windy and so it cuts in and out, but we can hear you good. So it's really nice to talk to you today. Are you currently homeless? Are you living in the homeless camp?
Yes, I just got up here from Lewiston about a week and a half ago.
You got here from where?
Lewiston.
Lewiston, and Lewiston is in Maine as well. Yeah. Okay. So how long have you been homeless, and how did you get into the situation that you're in?
And being evicted.
You got
homeless since May.
You weren't unable to pay the rent. You weren't able to make the rent. Is that it? Right?
Yep.
Yeah. And were you employed before you got evicted?
No, but I just recently got employed. I lost my job.
Is it a difficult job market to get employed? And when you do get employed, is it difficult to just find like housing that's basically affordable?
I recently was addicted for a while, so it's hard with my facing that. Really didn't work, and I put it aside recently about a month sober. So I just found work, and I've been sober for about a month now, and trying to get back into actually bettering myself.
Right. So it's not your ultimate goal to be homeless, right? Yeah. So, I have to say that, so many of us, I think we grow up and we watch movies and we think certain things and we form opinions about people and we think about homeless people and they used to call them, hobos and bums and all that kind of stuff. When you hear stuff like that, what do you want to say to people that says, that we're people, we're just people that are victims of circumstance and we don't want to be here, right?
I mean, you can only go up from there. Once you get to that bottom level, you can rise to the occasion. And really, there's a lot of people out here helping. So you can get the help you need. You can get back up there. It's not the worst. Like there's still hope.
Right. So as far as resources available in Bangor, I mean, is there any?
There's way more here than in Lewiston.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's way more here than in Lewiston. Being here, I was able to get a social security card. I was able to get on a housing list immediately. So there's just a lot of help here actually in the area.
Okay, so you're saying that you actually came to the Bangor area, if I hear you correctly, because there are more services available. Wow, well that's great. Is there anything that's like physically able to give you a warmer place to sleep at night besides in the park? I mean, just ask an obvious question.
Yeah, most of the shelters are taken.
Most of the shelter spaces are taken. Is that what I heard? Are you saying most of the shelter spaces are taken up?
Yeah, they are. They're actually, I believe, working on a new shelter right across the street from here.
Oh, okay. All right, so let me ask you a question. Have you found that there's any competition with any of the illegal immigrants that have been brought in by the NGOs competing for resources?
Potentially. I mean, there's just not a lot of housing. There's not a lot of housing for in my people are homeless, actually.
Right. Okay, so it's an actual physical ability of having enough housing plus being affordable, right?
So yeah, no, it's and also I mean the market goes up. Like you'll get like I've heard a couple of people from Lewiston anyway, their rent went up. Like as soon as they got evicted, their rent in the building went up like almost doubled. So,
Oh, now you know what you just said there, and it was hard for people to hear because we're having a little bit.
The rent doubled.
Yeah, the rent doubled, right? And but you know what? I think that might be a very direct result, and I think if we dig into this a little more deeply, that this has something to do with the migrant crisis, Stephen. Because when they do bring the migrants in, right, they're getting assistance. More assistance than, generally speaking, American citizens. And so what's happening is because there's government funding for these people, then what happens is people get displaced and get tossed out because they're going to get more money from the government paying for the next people that move in. And now I'm suspecting that. I'm just making a guess here. And I think I want to try and put some resources on that to see. But I don't know. Are you seeing any of that thing over there, even Ian? Or do you think that, Stephen, maybe?
Not necessarily meant in Lewiston, the Somalian community is pretty high, and the immigrants fly. Absolutely, because of the government housing stuff are all taken up by immigrants coming in. Like the Indians are more and more getting home before people, American citizens. Before them, they're giving them grant. Like it's bad in the Lewiston area. Bangor, I haven't been here long enough to really know it. Lewiston is definitely a lot of homeless people due to the immigration population.
Right. So the immigration is more of an issue in Lewiston as it is in Bangor at this point, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
it won't be long before.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that probably Lewiston was a more conservative area, so the immigration surge in that area probably has more to do with changing the voting demographic, which is why they're not pouring them into Bangor, which is probably already going to vote blue. Democrat, right? Yeah. So we're still having trouble with the audio, Ian, just a little bit, and it's kind of frustrating. And I think we're getting most of it. And I'm wondering if it's either, I don't know if it's the wind, but it's just sort of cutting in and out, and it's
Pretty windy out here today.
yeah. I was thinking that it might be it, possibly. Yeah, it might be the wind. But we're definitely we're grateful that we can talk to some people out there, and I guess get rid of the stigma of what it is to be homeless, and that people find themselves in difficult situations.
All right, this is Vito. Vito's my childhood friend. Been here the longest.
Well, Vito, welcome to Wartime Christianity, man, buddy. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. My name is Tim, and it's nice to meet you, Vito.
How are you? Good.
I'm very well. I just wanted to have a chance to chat with you because I was talking to Ian, and we started talking about that I always wanted to go down and talk to the homeless, and I was going to do it last April, and I was going to go down and, pass out some sandwiches and just do something personally because I always felt like, we have a tendency in this world to leave it to the other guy to help people, right? And so I sought out, your friend right there, Ian, actually God, I think, brought him to me, him and his son, that were willing to go out there and talk to you guys today and be able to come on and just talk to people. We've got how many people are watching at this point? Can you tell me? I'm just curious. We got 263 people watching, and so, we're just trying to do our part, right, on the internet to live stream this kind of stuff and just talk to people who find themselves in this situation and tell me, do you want to be in this situation? Are you happy about this situation? What are the troubles of living this way? Is Bangor helping you enough? How can this city, how can the government, how can we, other people outside the government help you? Just that kind of stuff, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I've been out here the longest out of any.
So you're the old timer there?
Yep. I've been here almost 4 years.
Wow, 4 years. Wow. Yeah. How did you originally find yourself coming to that situation?
Well, I was just gonna say, what led up to that was me and my fiance had and then the housing people that owned it, realtor that owned it, was selling it to another realtor, and they wanted to evict everybody out of the apartment building and start new tenants.
Okay.
So with that being done, then living 9 months from hotel to hotel gets expensive, and then eventually we ran out of money, ran out of funding, up here.
Yep. Now, running out of money, did that have to do with losing a job?
Yes, it did. So a few years back, I had caught a parasitical bacterial infection on my arm. And I was out of work for 2 years because I was working for somebody doing a side job, and I cut my arm on something that caught a vicious infection. And therefore it led to me not being able to work, and whatever. So while fighting for temporary disability, I am now legally, because if I do that, then I won't get the disability check.
Right.
So it kind of puts me in a bind. I keep working, and if I do work, I have to put it under the table job without being on record to fight for it.
Right.
Kind of fair.
Right. All right. Let me do one thing. Let me ask Ian to log out and log back in one more time and see if we get this audio working better. Let's try it. I think we can do it one more time. Use that link over again, and let's try to restart it.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Here.
Stop.
Very frustrating. Hopefully, he's going to join us right back. Yeah, people getting screwed, getting put between a rock and a hard place, right? Yeah, just normal people under the stress of a broken nation, says John O. That's for real, man. We got Stovepipe in the house, right? Thanks for watching on YouTube. That's awesome. All right, there he is again.
Audio sound any better?
Oh, hell yeah, it sounds way better.
You try to block the wind with the truck door. All right.
It's so.
So we're gonna bring it back over here, Vito.
All right, yeah, we'll suffer through it. We'll suffer through it. It's still a little choppy, but we'll go through it. We're not going to screw around anymore. I get it. I can interpret. All right, so basically, what happened was the rents went way the hell up, and then you had income issues. You're living in hotels and stuff, and I know that's a difficult place to live, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, I blew through about $70,000 or so. But
how long did it take you to go through that?
probably about a little over, like maybe a little over a year. We were bouncing from hotel to hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't think people realize, man, and when the income stops, it's amazing how much money it takes to just keep everything going, and everything. Here's what I found, over the years is that I've kind of been in a situation where I was had command of like a lot of money and businesses and things like that, and then I had things fall apart too, and I found out that when you get below a certain level, man, and you start getting involved in systems and things, and especially if there's the law involved, and then you don't make enough money to cover what's in your bank account, and so because of the overdraft fees, and you can't even get out of there from the check you made. And so, you start running around in circles, and so, it gets piled up on top of you, right? And it gets hard to get back up, right?
Yeah, we're fortunate enough to have a camper, but we just bought that about 10 months ago.
So you got a little bit some hard walls around you. Is that what you're saying? A little bit better.
Yep.
Yeah, that's helpful. So is it? I imagine that it's not very easy to sleep when you're in a tent, and you've got people right on the other side of that tent that you don't always know. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean the walls are only.
Yeah, the wall's only so thick, right? I get it. So sleep is hard for people, and people get ill. People get strung out on substances. They get overwhelmed with their mental health issues and stuff like that. So, do you feel like you're on a path to be able to scrap your weight? I mean, do you feel like you're making gains? Do you?
So not too long ago, my fiance and I filled out voucher applications through CHS to get apartment. And recently, not too long ago, bank the Pine Tree, which is across the street from us. And I think the goal is to some of us, while they're running building after they're finished, put us in there as housing.
They need the house real maintenance first, though.
Yeah. Well, I would agree, right? So, you've known Ian for some time, and like I said, so are you working now? Are you better? Is your arm better?
No, I'm not allowed to work until my disability claim goes through.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, yeah, that puts you in a difficult.
Financial all the way around.
Right. So, wow. Well, I'm really glad that you. I think you're going. You feel like you're going in the right direction. I hope. How's your mental health?
It's good, stable. I've always had a really strong mental health side.
Yeah. Do you find it helpful that people like come in that like Ian and his son there, they give a crap?
I mean, yeah, people come usually every Saturday and feed us breakfast or lunch. They're a group from a church. I don't know exactly where. I can't remember.
The Mansion Church.
No, it's not the Mansion Church. The Mansion Church, yeah. Sometime. But I think it's the First Calvary Chapel. No, it's in Orrington. Sorry.
Hey, Calvary Chapel.
Yeah, right.
They come every Saturday and do breakfast. And every other Sunday, there's this little group that comes up from Skowhegan. And then on the other weekends, they go to Portland and they do a barbecue for us every other Sunday.
That's good. Did they talk to you and let you know about Jesus?
I mean, sometimes, yeah. Like we pray every time as a group, um, and then you might say a verse or so. Eat.
Yeah, well, definitely, especially I think in these times, right? When things go hell in a handbasket, it seems in our lives, and things are not the way we want them to be, and it seems like life, deals us a rough set of cards, and I think maybe that's going to be coming for a whole hell of a lot of us. You've kind of been on the front edge of this I think deterioration of our country. Okay, right. And I think that you're definitely like being the oldest guy there, right, man? You are on the cutting edge of this wave, and I think this is going to happen to unfortunately more people, and that these problems aren't going to go away unless we get some better, more intelligent solutions, and some of this crap that's going on is causing everything to rise. Nobody can afford anything anymore, right?
And most of the problem is lack of rental space. There's not very much housing.
Say that again. I completely missed that.
I said, and there's a big like lack of apartments to rent.
Right,
So,
right, right. Affordable housing. I mean, that's the biggest thing is some sort of affordable housing, right?
even if it doesn't matter if you have affordable housing or not, finding an apartment to live in Bangor is almost next to impossible.
Right, right, right. So it's just if there's just not just literally not a lot of housing. Wow.
Not much at all. If you go online right now, you're lucky to find the voucher covers $1,000 and you're lucky to find a one bedroom for that price. So if you do,
Wow.
south in the area, or it's, sticking people out of Dexter and really far to commute to Bangor if you need.
Yeah, yeah. It would be. It's almost impossible. You spend so much money in gas, and then you have to have a car, and you have to have insurance, and you have to have a license, and all that money, and all that shit, and and that's what I was saying. That you get to a certain point where you get so low, right, and then all of a sudden you start to get more difficulties, right? When you can't get that driver's license renewed, or you don't have that car to get to the job, right, or and so yeah, man, I get it. I understand, what you're saying. And so, yeah, you got your nuts between a rock and a hard place, as they say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have fines, you have like child support, take your license so you can't drive. Then how you pay child support if you can't get.
Yeah, right. That doesn't seem to make a whole heck of a lot of sense, and probably even have trouble getting a provisional license, right? And yeah, I mean, I've been in that whole child support thing before, right? And yeah, that's not pretty either.
No. I mean, luckily I don't have that problem, but I know people that do, and that doesn't make any sense. They want you to pay to get your child support in order, but you can't get a license to drive back and forth.
Yeah. The provisional license. Yeah, it's really difficult, and so that's an interesting thing and a perspective that I want to talk to. We're talking and interviewing people that are running for office. Okay, a couple of offices, and so these are the things that we're trying to do. That I can get information from you, right, so that we can pass on to other people to say these are the kind of problems and this is how they need to be maybe addressed, right? Or at least say this is what they are, and we don't know how to address them, but we got to, right? Because they're not being addressed.
I mean, I've been asked by people that come here to go over to Bangor City Council and my 2 cents in, as they say, because I've lived here for so long and I've seen a lot of different things. Have been all the different a lot of different things, and they wanted me to go to speak to the board and tell them, the ins and outs of what's going on and like what they need to do.
Right.
Try to make it better, even though they're not doing as much as they should. They're frustrated as we are because they can't find places to live either.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that would be a courageous thing to do, especially if we got that documented. And, it's amazing when you start putting cameras on things and your cameras on politicians and boards and things like that. amazingly, they start finding ways to do things because, ultimately they want to keep their jobs and they want to look good and they have their aspirations and all of that stuff. So,
Election year coming up, and
yeah. Well, when we figure these technical problems out, man, we definitely got to get Ian something. We can get this fixed. But I would suggest that if you would do something like that, man, we would absolutely love to be there and support you when you do something like that. Man, I would even take a ride for something like that if you would go to a board meeting or a city council meeting and go there and just share your story, man. And I would love to talk about covering it and be there too and say something, man. That would be really something.
Well, we got to go down and meet with Pastor Terry, so we got to head down there. He's ready to meet with me. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want to get her on?
would you like to talk to my fiance?
Yeah. If you want to talk, if she wants to talk for a second, sure. If you got a second, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I was good.
We'll grab her. I'll talk for a minute.
Yeah.
So we need to get these people housing, man. This is ridiculous. The state's handing out housing to foreigners before they give it to real Mainers.
Yeah. And I definitely think there's a component of the immigration here where they're doing that. That's why they're these apartment buildings, and there's probably some legal thing where you're able to, if you sell and transfer the building from one person to another, then you're able to probably evict a whole bunch of people and just toss them out on their asses, right? And then you can go and double the rent, right? There's probably some nasty, stinky turd there that probably needs to be exposed.
Well, what we need a law that houses real Mainers before foreigners.
Right, absolutely. But
we have this Pine Tree Inn over here next door. They need to put Mainers in there before they put people from foreign countries.
Yeah. Well, do you know are there people in there right now that are non-citizens in this pine tree place, or
there's no non-citizens here at the campsite? This is all Mainers. These are displaced Mainers.
Right. But the local places that they might have perhaps any affordable housing slots, are any of them taken up in Bangor by the illegal immigrants, or is it over in Lewiston, like he was saying?
I think most of that happens in Lewiston. To tell you the truth, I don't know what's going on with this building over here that Pinkwist has bought, the Pine Tree Inn, but they should all be going in there first.
Right. They should be, and I right, absolutely. And what I would suggest that you do is keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that to see if it's changing. A bunch of people evicted and people are moving in. Who's moving in?
Right.
Yeah, we need to know that. I mean, because if it's not these people that are here, then why not? And then somebody needs to answer for that, right?
Somebody needs to answer for it, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So listen, I think it was much better now you're speaking very loudly. We got you loud and clear. You're not cutting out at all. So I hear you much better that way. So speaking loud is very important.
Well, I speak loud.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So I'm really glad thank you for doing this, by the way. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate this. This is something you've been doing, but I mean, now we got some more eyes on it. And I mean, there's a lot of support out there. People are saying that what you're doing is just fantastic out there. So, right? All glory to God, man.
Put a stop to it, We got to stop the drugs coming in. We got to get real Mainers housed first, That's what we got to do.
Yep. And it's like I think that people sometimes think that Republicans or people that are conservative don't care about social welfare issues. And I don't think that's an issue at all, not when I talk to most people. I guess the question for us becomes, how do we do things that make sense? Because so many times money is thrown at things and homeless problem, and look at how much money is thrown in California at the homeless problem. But yet much of it gets siphoned off in kickbacks, corruption, all that type of stuff. And you end up getting a $30,000, $50,000, shed for somebody to live in, that doesn't make any sense. And, that's they're doing that small, tiny modular home stuff out in California.
Well, we got a pot store on every corner. The state should be making enough money off the taxes. There should not be a homeless camp here in Bangor.
Right. You're absolutely right. So the question is how do we get those resources to, provide the shelter that is needed if there's literally a lack of it, and then figure out. I mean, apparently that Vito was saying something about a voucher, vouchers that are given out as far as toward rent. But now the voucher doesn't even come close to covering anything close to the paying a rent on a monthly basis. Is that right?
That's correct. And then they leave them high and dry after that. Then just go back and camp and turn to fentanyl.
That's crazy. I mean, it's like we supposedly when you get Social Security or you get certain things or whatever, you get cost of living. Even we work, you get cost of living increase. I mean, things should go up when things go up. I mean, does that not make sense? I mean, what's the point of having the assistance that comes completely ridiculously shy of being able to cover the bill?
It doesn't.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that's where guys like you and guys like the people like the church step in, right, to try and fill that void. And so I'm really glad to see that there are some churches out there. I have a the evangelical church. I have a love-hate relationship. Not exactly, but I mean I've been hurt by the church and I've seen the church be cold and not effective and so it's just good to see that there are churches out there that are like literally caring about our fellow citizens, fellow people, right, and doing this for them.
Pastor Terry's church, they provide the woman service. He'll tell you more about that in a few minutes when I get down there. I think probably should just cut it short and head down to Pastor Terry.
Why don't we do that and maybe we'll visit back next week or something or in a couple of weeks. But yeah, why don't we head down there and just log back?
The audio's cutting out on me.
All right, log back in when you get there.
Yeah, I'll log back in when I get to Terry. I'll see you soon.
All right, bye. All right, guys. So he's going to drive over to Pastor Terry's, and I'm really glad that you guys are tuned in watching this, and I'm glad we got it to finally work. I was a little frustrated with the audio cutting in and out, and it's apparently his phone. He's just got to talk louder, right? So hopefully we'll get Pastor Terry to talk nice and loud. But I think I caught most of it and I interpreted it for you, and I think we've got pretty much an idea of what the problem is in Bangor, right? We've got apartment buildings that are changing hands, and I'm a little suspicious about this, right? Because what happens is there's probably some law that allows you to kick people out when it changes hands, and then people are tossed out, displaced, and then the question is who they're going to bring back in. Now, demographically speaking, it might not be necessary in the Bangor area to, it might not be necessary, right, to be bringing in more Democratic voters. And so that's right now where the NGOs are not bringing them. We just had the other day, we were talking to someone in Sanford, a city official in Sanford, Maine, and people were just, the NGOs are just coming in and they're going to the airport and they're picking up vanfuls of illegal immigrants, or rather asylum seekers, is what they say. Psst. Get out of here, kitty. And they dropped them off at the Sanford City Hall. And they were literally camping there until they found them all housing, right? But now we've got a situation where there's a complete shortage of housing, right? So hang on a second. I need to go get some food because I'm starving. I'll be right back, just about 2 minutes. We're going to make these hamburger thingies.
I couldn't find any.
So I'm really glad that worked finally.
Yeah.
Go ahead, the pepperoni's hot. Let me get the...
Oh, you got pepperoni. We need cheese.
So I don't know. I don't know what happened to your block of cheese. So I'm glad we kept working at that. Okay, guys.
Pepperoni.
All right. So I'm gonna put a little something in my in my pie hole here. Take a little snack while we got Terry coming back. We're on live. Thanks for being here. Hey, Libby Town, how you doing? Yep. Why will there be? Send them all back from where they came from. Then there'll be plenty of housing. Yeah, I would say that that we're in agreement that a housing crisis, but bringing in people that don't belong here, probably not a good idea, right? So, well, I'm glad that worked, and the truck is loud. Here. So Ian's son's truck, apparently muffler fell off or something. So it's very loud. It's a normal working truck. And so he didn't want to broadcast on the way over there, so he logged off. And we seem to be doing well with this latest fresh link, and we were able to patch in. And it's very sad to see people that, you know, it's easy to get judgy, right? And I've had my problems over the years. I understand what it's like to get down to a point where you can't feel like you can get up. And all you really want to do is just kind of like anesthetize yourself and make it go away, right? And that's real. It's a very real phenomenon. And you can call that whatever you want. You could say that's a spiritual phenomenon. You can say that that's a mental phenomenon. You can say that has something to do with drugs. And I would say yes to all of them. It just kind of depends upon how you're looking at it. But I tend to feel that there's a spiritual crisis here going on. And that there's something going on, too, that there's some sort of awakening going on, right? As we've been talking about. We're living in the age of Aquarius, Aquarius. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, I just a little bit here, but this is a sad subject, and I think the interview was good, and I think we're learning here with our technology. We're having challenges, but you know what? I'm thinking to myself that this is because we're doing good work here. We are on the cutting edge of a new wave in news media. And we're having our growing pains. But you got to see what we saw. And I showed you guys the pictures earlier, right? I can do it again. I can share my screen again. Right? And we can look at these pictures. Because check this out, guys. All right? There it is again, right? So let's look at these pictures again, right? Let's just stream up. So they went, this is the truck they're in. They're on the way over to see Pastor Terry. And he's going to talk about their work with the homeless over there. So you got needles laying around, right? You got drug addiction. You got all that kind of stuff. Right? So, and this is where it's at, right? And here's where they live. Now, see, they got a camper. And so Vito was telling me that they could just finally afford a camper. And so now they've at least got some sort of security. They've got a lock, right, to be able to lock people out. Because you got to understand that there's all sorts of different people down there. There's kind of quote unquote good people that are on hard times, and then there's other people that just kind of just want to be there. They don't want to work, and they're just lazy. And it's not a matter of being down. They just would prefer to live in their sin and live in the drugs and all that kind of stuff, right? So, thanks, man. I'm really enjoying the new camera, too. It's real crisp, and the low light is awesome. So, when we do the nighttime shows, my color's still good. I'm not blue. So, and yes, it is an invasion. And yes, it is Marxism. That is correct. Which we're trying to dive down on, like the Democratic Socialists of America, the DSA. It's really just a communist front. They're all commies. And commie bingo fags, right? So that's what that's what Archie Bunker used to call them. Yeah, I don't understand. Well, I do understand what's going on, and they're trying to what they're trying to do. They're trying to shift our world, but mostly the voting base, but also this idea. I'm just trying to understand why we need a robust, rich Angolan population here. I mean, I don't really understand that, right? And my understanding too isn't Angola socialist? Is Angola socialist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah. So we're importing a socialist ideology, and that people that do not believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, we're still sharing my screen. Okay, he'll be back on. Right. So the city of Bangor says there's nobody supposed to be there, but people are there. Apparently, the cops are there all the time, or often, I guess. And I said, well, I'm sure ambulances once in a while. I didn't get to ask about overdoses and stuff like that. Nor did I ask about the fentanyl problem. We had a little bit of trouble, so we ran out of time. We had trouble getting our video feed going there. So we'll be more prepared next time, I hope. But still, I think overall we can say that what we're doing here is a success, right? Because we're trying to shed some light on it. We're having conversations. We're talking about stuff, trying to take the stigma away from homelessness, that people won't be embarrassed or ashamed of it, and be able to, start sort of productive conversations. And I think that, Vito, I encouraged him to go down there, and that we could encourage him to go down there. I mean, wouldn't that be incredible footage to go down to the city council and have Vito tell his testimony, right? And tell his story, tell the truth. And, what he says, it's interesting, is they're saying that it seems that they're frustrated on both sides. And he seems to be cutting the city of Bangor some slack, basically saying that they're trying, but they're frustrated too because they don't have enough resources. But again, it comes back to why not, where are they going, and why don't we have enough resources? No. He's on his way over to Pastor Terry's church right now. So I'm kind of tap dancing and filling the time as we speak. So it's not a clean place. It's a dirty place. I don't know if they come in every once in a while and anybody picks up trash or what, but there must be some sort of cleanup from time to time because they've been there for 4 years. And Vito has been there from the beginning, apparently. He is like the patriarch of the place. All right, I think we got him back. All right. There we are. All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, good. Well, it's really good to have you here. I'm glad that you brought Pastor Terry to us. Hi, how are you? Let me get you big here so we can see you. All right, there he is.
How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
Very blessed.
Oh, well, it's good. I am as well, sir. I am as well, especially to have you here talking to us today about this very important issue. So thank you for being on Work Time Christianity with us. And as we go through this interview, please make sure you keep talking real loud because Ian's phone cuts out a little bit, and we want to make sure everybody can hear, right? So I'm interested to know that, what your relationship has been with Ian, kind of a little bit about how you know each other and how you've been working with the homeless, how long you've been doing at the homeless encampment down there, and what it is you're doing. And I'm just really interested in it because I very much believe that, in order to lift up Christ, we need to display all of what Christ did, as fully as we can, and when we follow him. And that means, restoring people, right? Restoring people to live life and live life more abundantly. And so I see you doing that, and I just want to tell you that you're just an inspiration to me and thereby lifting up Christ to me by your example. So please tell us about that a little bit.
Well, yeah, I met Ian through his stepson, son, Damien, a few years ago, I would say maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I met him. And so Damien comes to our church once in a while, and he's been involved. He's helped me out volunteering here at the church over the years, doing different things, and that's how I know Ian. But our biggest focus really is the homeless in our city. We do a lot for the homeless. We have clothes. We have a whole basement full of stuff, needs that they may have, blankets and sleeping bags and boots and jackets for the winter. And so we pass out all that. We have food that we give out. But our biggest thing that we do for the Lord here is we turn our church building into a warming center. So we open up our church building on November 1st, and we do it for 5 months. So we run it through 150 days. We open up at night at 6. People come in, we check them in, and then we give them a hot meal. So that's every night. And they have an opportunity to have a shower. They have opportunities to get those clothes and needs or food, hand warmers, jackets, hats, mittens, things like that. And then they spend the night with us. So from 6 p.m. till 7 a.m. And then in the morning, we feed them breakfast before they take off for the. It's just from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. every night for 5 months. So we go up to the end of March is when we start. We've been doing this now since 2020, when COVID first hit. We did it in the spring of 2020, and then we started every winter since then. We've been doing it. So it's been quite a blessing for us, and of course, a blessing for the homeless to find a place to keep warm in the winter months here in Maine.
Wow, that is quite a comprehensive program. How many people are you typically servicing there on a daily basis through those 5 months?
It can run from 20 to 40. And they come into our sanctuary, and we give them a couple blankets, a pillow, and we're just a warming center. There's some technical rules to the city and all that stuff, but basically they're laying in the sanctuary floor, and some people sit at their table all night. Depends on the individual. Some just want to come in. Someone may just come in for a few hours and get warm. But last winter, we touched over 300 people. They had come through our doors, whether they came for one night or they came for the whole 5 months. And we had a few people who were with us the whole 5 months.
Wow, that's really amazing. So let me turn a little bit and ask you about, evangelism and whether or not you spend any time letting people know about the availability of the forgiveness of their sin through Jesus in all of this work, and how you go about doing that. Is it do you come straight right out forward? Are you giving people tracts? How are you working that and weaving that in with your, the work of actually just being Christian and letting your light shine?
Well, so from April to the end of October, we started a ministry. It's an outreach ministry. So we start at 6 o'clock on Tuesday nights. I teach evangelism to those who are my volunteers that want to go out on the street with me. So we have a half hour of teaching. I've gone through quite a bit of training through Evangelism Explosion, which is a worldwide ministry. I've been involved with them for many, many years. I was taught back in the early 2000s, 2001, 2002. And we've taken that into the jails and prisons here in Maine. We've also taken it to Russia. We've taken it to Jamaica. We've taken it to Kenya, Africa. We've done all the training for Evangelism Explosion. So we have the training on Tuesday nights, and then at 6:30 we go out on the street, and we're out there for a couple, 3 hours. So we break up in groups. Depends how many people show up. We may have anywhere from 8 people to 15 people. One night we had over 40 people showed up just to go out on the streets with us.
Wow.
So a little bit of training, and then they go out, and we usually bring a bag lunch with us. And we do focus on the homeless in our city at that point. We have bottled water with us. So we may just ask if they have something they like to pray about. Most people will pray with us on the streets. we'll ask them, and we'll invite them to church. We will share the gospel when those opportunities arise. And we've actually seen a few give their life to Christ. I think I know we had one last Tuesday night that gave his life to Christ. Now, whether those are true conversions, it's sometimes it's hard to understand all that, but that's between them and God, right?
Yes, yes.
But we do have those opportunities to share the gospel, and then they find a place that they can come and be comfortable with, because I would say 25% of my congregation on a Sunday morning or Sunday night are homeless themselves.
I see.
And so we reach, and then during the Women's Center, we also offer those things, prayer, opportunities to share the gospel, and we also invite them to church. So a lot of people that come to the Women's Center during the winter will actually attend our services on Sunday. We have two services on Sunday. We have a 10 o'clock and a 5 o'clock service on. And we also have a Bible study on Wednesday nights with prayer, and of course they're invited to that too. So we do focus our ministry around evangelism. And then discipleship after that. Of course, it's almost. I love sharing the gospel. I just had an opportunity today. We have the Day of Joy here in Bangor, and I just got done sharing a gospel message down at the waterfront in Bangor today, actually. So it was good. But that's our main focus, is sharing the gospel, letting the Holy Spirit work in the people's lives, give them the opportunity to repent and come to know Christ, and then get them involved in discipleship and get them involved in the church as volunteers,
Right.
helping out.
Right, absolutely. And it's, gosh, you said so much there, but I'll tell you that you have really done my soul and spirit a lot of good today, Pastor Terry, because I came out of a situation in the evangelical church where I was in the South. I was saved very radically in a very Pauline sort of way. Went to seminary on my own dime because the church that I was at, nobody would lay hands on me. They didn't want to affirm me, but I still got into Southern Baptist Theological Seminary, and I had a very, very good education. It was during the conservative resurgence in the Southern Baptist Convention. Really good time to be an evangelical. And but unfortunately, I got forced out of there because I was a Reformed theologian, and I believed in Calvinism, and of course, people want to believe they can make a good decision for Christ, and and I'm saying no, it's all by grace through faith, that, and it doesn't come from you, it comes from God, so that no one can boast, So that's why the gospel is to me, that's always been. But I found that so much of the church went dead. They didn't want to engage. I mean, beyond the the bake sales and whatever that we need to do to build that new fellowship center. We don't want to get political. We don't want to get engaged. We don't want to, do these things. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, already in the friction in the beginning. And the church ended up blowing apart because of sin. And so I've been a bit, I guess, it's just good today to see someone that is doing it so biblically, okay, that you're an inspiration, that you're out there training people, okay, to do discipleship, that you understand that it's not about just throwing them in the baptismal, getting them wet, making them have some promise. And of course, we don't know what fruit that's going to bear, but we know what it says, that if you say with your mouth, right, and if you confess with your mouth and you believe in your heart that Jesus is Lord, you'll be saved, right? It says these things in the Bible. We need to take them at face value, and who knows? But the discipleship is so key, because some of us, we all grow at different rates. And, who knows when that actual spark of regeneration occurs, right? Some of us, it's very profound, right? And we just go crazy, and we're running around reading the Bible and showing it to our people in church and going, do you see what this says? This says gouge your eye out. This says cut your hand off, and they're going, listen, settle down, man. You're you're a little getting too riled up about this, and it's like, no, I take this stuff very, very seriously, And so I was a very Berean person, but then I was very disappointed in the church. But now to see that and there's pockets out there like Sean Foyt. He's outside the walls of the church. I think we have revival going on. I think Greg Locke is doing some pretty good work down in Tennessee, and we keep an eye on him. And these are people that, I think are really starting to break out of this whole Laodicean church and understand that, well, and you've been doing it for 4 years, my God. And I mean, I can't imagine how much money and resources and all it takes to do what you're doing, let alone just the physical commitment of doing it every day, and then coming up alongside these people doing relational evangelism, right? Present them the information, but not just to shove a tract at them and say, see you later, pat them on the back, and hope you get Jesus, right? You're making sure they don't freeze to death before they get it and understand it. And so I love you already, man. You are amazing. I would like to meet you in person. I would like to buy you lunch someday and we could talk. And I'd like to know how we can get involved. Now, let me ask you a question. I asked about resources, that it takes a lot of resources to do this. So I want you to tell my listeners how they can help you, what it is that you need, right, that we can possibly help you with.
Well, there's the physical needs, right? The Women's Center, blankets and pillows, sleeping bags, clothes, boots, jackets, things like that. But also financial help also comes to us too. We have different donors that will give us financial gifts to help us to go out and buy the food or prepare the meal, because we do feed every night, and we could be feeding between 20 and 40 people every night, and we try to do a hot meal. And also the volunteers here, I have probably 5 or 6 volunteers every night that work from like 6 to 9, and then I have 2 volunteers that stay up all night long, just to make sure everybody's safe overnight. That's a tough thing there, and I really need volunteers, and if there's anyone out there listening, please contact me, and I need the volunteers overnight. What that would be until come in around 9 and stay for those 10 hours from 9 to 7 in the morning. But we have a website, themansionchurch.org. My email is themansionchurch@gmail.com. And we have a Facebook page, The Mansion Church. We have but we'll take whatever people feel that the Lord is on their heart, right? I have donations that come up at church, I would say almost every day, but at least 4 or 5 times a week, donations show up. And so we're very blessed that way. People are very committed in our area to help, and they may not even be part of the church, right? I get phone calls from people or emails or Facebook messages from just neighbors to want to help. We have a group of senior citizens that they live together down on Hollow Street, and they the people, they knit hats and mittens, and then they brought us a bunch of water and cereal. Like 2 different times they brought us like a pickup load of cereal, and so
wow.
we can use anything to do with food, but yeah, and then the volunteers too, right? I can't do it myself, right?
No, you can't.
So I have volunteers that used to be like in the Women's Center, and they come back and want to serve and to be a volunteer. So that warms my heart to see that.
Yes.
People laying on the floor, and next thing you know, they're working an overnight doing the Women's Center. So very good for that.
They're giving back. And again, what you're doing is, I think it's very important to give people the gospel, to have them understand that they are infinitely separated from Christ because of their sin, and apart from the infinitely worthy blood of the Lamb that was slain on our behalf, that was spilled for us, that we may be reconciled to God, so that his justice problem would be dealt with us, and that he could express now his full love toward us, right? And it's one thing to tell him that, but it's also entirely another thing to show it, right? And I was just talking to somebody the other day that said, when you meet somebody and you talk to them for the first time and you're talking to them about Jesus, it's so important to remember their name, because you're saying that I validate you and that you're somebody that matters, okay? But you're doing even more than that, right? Because you're taking your time, your commitment. You are literally, as Paul said in the Bible, pouring out your life as a drink offering. I'm sure there's a whole lot of other things, sir, that you could be doing right now with your time, right? But what you're doing is doing this because you see the need, and you're saying, just like Jesus did, that we got to step in the gap, right? And if there's a need to be met, we need to be the ones that meet the need, not the next guy, right? So this is my contribution that I'm trying to do, is to lift people up, try to get the message out there so that people know how to help. And I mean, I'm inspired, and I want to make the drive. I'm not that far from Bangor. We might come spend some time with you. I think I'd like to do some volunteering. I think I want to talk to you personally. I want to come and make some content, if that would be all right with you. And just to
It'd be
come,
fine.
yeah, come love and to help out and do this, not because I want to promote myself. This nothing has anything to do with me promoting me. And it's not about you promoting you or Mansion Church for that matter. It's about promoting the work of Christ that is happening through you, the people that are getting blessed and physically getting blessed, like literally not freezing to death. That's important, guys, right out there. Yeah. So and it's amazing that there's that many people that you're helping, and I can't believe it. I mean, you're serving that many people every night, and then they're feeding them a nice warm in the morning, and they just got to somehow get themselves through the day, right? So that's fantastic. That's just
We have another wellness center down the road. Another church that does it. So they just started last year. So that we're paying for churches that get involved. So that's another church that helps out. And it's just down the street from us. So they leave you in the morning and go down and spend the day with them and come back here at night. So
oh wow, fantastic! So you're partnering together to just meet those needs together. Wow,
Yes.
that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, listen, I want to thank you very much. I just want to let you know that we got 360 people watching today. So the message got out to 360 more people. 360 people today heard the gospel pretty much in a nutshell. They pretty much see how it is when we're walking with Christ, how that fleshes out in our lives, that we want to spread that love to others. Right? We want to be that good Samaritan. We want to be the person that binds other people's wounds. We want to restore them. We want to heal them. That's what Jesus did. And we can do that because we have the resources. And I'm just so glad to see the church stepping up where the government sometimes isn't. And, you know, this is the way it should be, Pastor Terry. And I think that it's men like you that are making sure that tradition of the church stepping in the gap and being the one, right, to step in there and help people that desperately need to be helped, that fall through the cracks, right?
amen. We're welcome to whoever shall come in that door. They'll help.
Amen. Amen. Well, listen, thank you so much for being with me. I'm going to wrap us up here. Thank Ian very much for his reporting today. And please make sure you give him all your contact information so that I can make sure to post it along with this and follow up so that people can know how to help you and how to donate. And send me also any personal contact information through him so that I can get a hold of you, because I'd love to talk to you personally and talk about just coming down and visiting you. I'd really love to meet you. That's sincere.
Good. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much for having me. You have a good day, sir. God bless you.
God bless you. Bye.
All right. That was awesome. My God, that surpassed my greatest expectations. We had some audio issues, and we really got to get a microphone plugged into Ian's phone so that we can get more steady audio. That's a little frustrating. I found that a little annoying. And so, yeah, it was a bit tweaky. But other than that, right, it worked. And we got people watching. The stream didn't get interrupted. We had a chat. We were able to hear about the plight of what's going on, right? And what's going on is that the government is denying resources or allowing the denial of resources to our citizenry. And it's probably got a lot to do with illegal immigration, but we have to drill down on that. Not sure about that in Bangor. I don't want to make any accusations that I don't know about and I can't back up, right? But it's probably tied together, right? And these buildings are probably owned by BlackRock, and it's probably one BlackRock company selling it to another BlackRock company. But who knows? Either way, people are getting hurt. People are getting tossed out. And then the rents are doubling, and then people can't afford to, to live. And so they find themselves in a situation. The next thing you know, they're homeless. The next thing you know, they're sick. They get injured. Something happens. One thing leads to another. No driver's license, no insurance, this, that, and the other thing. It's too far away. You can't drive to work, right? And then it's like, I feel bad. And the next thing you know, you're taking drugs so that you don't fucking feel bad all the time. And then you're in just a shit world of hurt, right? And so it was good to see that it exists. It's good to hear about some of what the problems are. And we're going to have Ian on and talk to him, and we're going to get a debrief from him later and have a follow-up show on this because I want to talk about this again. We're going to get more involved in this situation, I believe. I believe we're going to be traveling to Bangor soon, probably in the next couple of weeks as things settle out. We'll see how things go money-wise. Make sure we got enough the money to get the gas to get down there. We don't know how much extra we've got. This budgeting over here is kind of rough. And so I might remind you at this point, right, is that,
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.
Right, so there you go, right? This is all made possible because people are helping out. People are sending in donations. They're helping us keep the generator on. And you want to like, share, subscribe, liking and bookmarking. That's very important and gives us a 30x boost in the algorithm. And we want the algorithm to continue to shove us meteorically up in viewership and get more people in the chat so we can talk, we can ask more lucid questions. And, and Flint, Chinlock said, homelessness is the result of Marxism. I wanted to say that you're absolutely right about that. It's true. And, as well as this, well, indirectly, too, because of the policies of getting these Marxists to continue to stay in power, is to import them for the purposes of solidifying that power. Right? So, yeah, definitely. We're in a bad place. But what we saw was today, I guess I want to leave you with, right, is that what we saw was, we saw people in a really crappy circumstance that live in shitty circumstances, and it's awful they have to live that way. But we also heard some stories that people are moving upward, and they're trying to propel themselves and pull themselves out of the situation they're in. And there is some good news that there are some resources that are provided by the city, but that city resources fall woefully short. But then we see further on, the story gets better, different, when we talk to Pastor Terry to find out that the church, a church of Mansion, I believe, is what he said. The Mansion Church, I think is what he said. Oh, we'll get that details put out there. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry. But they're stepping in the gap for 5 months every year. They open a warming center. And this isn't a warming center where it's like you get to come in for an hour and then they kick your ass back out when you get a little warm. No. You get to stay all night there. And they feed you the night before, and they feed you the next morning. Right? How great is that? That is amazing. And that costs a lot of money, right? Just think about the food preparation alone, feeding 40 to 60 people a night, right? Average 50 people a night. And breakfast. That ain't cheap, guys. And I know that we need your donations, but so do they. So you decide what you want to do, how you want to spend your money. But I think they're worthy of support, man. This guy is one of the most awesome Christians I've met in my lifetime because of what he does and how often he does it and how reliably he does it, and that he's inspiring other churches to do it, and that the whole time they're lifting up the name of Jesus and they're preaching the gospel. Ha! How amazing is that? Man, that was a fantastically inspirational way to end the story, and I'm glad the audio ended better. I'm glad that some people are still here. Jono, I'm glad that you're here. It is a blessing, and it was amazing to talk to them, and I'm inspired. I'm inspired by this, and I want to help them, and I want to make more content out of this, and I want people to hear more about it. I want to do some more live streaming. I want to go down there. Maybe I want to meet Vito myself and meet Pastor Terry. So we're going to figure that out, man. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. See, because now it's time to start getting committed, man. I'm wanting to do something. I've been wanting to do something. I've been waiting for this time to get engaged. And I tried to get engaged in ministries. I tried to get involved in the motorcycle church. I tried to get involved in Calvary Church down there, I think. Calvary? Maybe so. Ken Graves, right, in Bangor. That didn't work out. Didn't work out at all. Guy, as a matter of fact, guy was kind of a jerk. Okay, Ken Graves. Nothing against the guy. I mean, if he's not against us, he's for us. But I kind of found him personally to be not as receptive to someone that came in the name of Christ saying, I have skills and I want to help. He wasn't very nice to me. Right? And so, yeah, I kind of told him about it because that's kind of who I am, and said, you might want to handle people that come to you in the name of Christ, right, with a holy kiss on the cheek, and want to help you, you might want to listen to them, right? But I guess that wasn't meant to be anyway. I'm a free radical baby. And so, yeah, I started doing my own thing. And now we got this ministry here, and we were able to lift up this other ministry where they're doing the most amazing work for homeless people, right? Crazy stuff, man. I just can't imagine the workload that they've got over there. But I want to get involved in it. I want to feel that. I want to get immersed in it. I want to make content. I want to go talk to people in the damn middle of the winter. I want to sit up all night and I want to talk to some homeless guy that's sitting at the table because they can't sleep or something, right? I want to do this. And now that I've met people that are so passionate, I'm not going in alone, man. There are people that have been doing this work. And I'm at that point in my life, I don't know about you, but it's like I want to volunteer. I don't know what happens when you get older. People want to start volunteering, man. You want to start giving back, And, just like very much like Pastor Terry, I feel very much the same, this whole thing, man. I'm pouring myself out like a drink offering over here. It's just like, God is driving me like I'm on an anvil right now, and he's just pounding me and pounding me and pounding me and pounding me. But look what the result is. Look what's happening. Look what we just had happen today. And I'm telling you, man, before I came on, part of the reason this was disorganized a little bit, because I didn't get home early enough and we didn't get these technical problems worked out. And I was with a new friend. I was with Val. And we were at Dunkin' Donuts, and I haven't sat down with anybody, look across the table from them and talk to them like a fucking human being in years, man, besides my wife. Our family, right? And we talked about a lot of crazy, amazing things. But we talked about, God and Jesus and how we can work together, what's been going on with me, how he come to where he's at. And we spent 2 hours having coffee, man. And we're talking about the neatest stuff, man. And I feel it. It's now. The time is now. These people are coming to me in the name of Christ, in the name of God, in the name of truth, in the name of hope, in the name of getting things done, in the name of helping people. And I am just overwhelmed. I'm just overwhelmed. That's it, guys. I really appreciate you being here with me. I'm really glad that you enjoy this, that what we're doing here. I hope that you find it's important and it's useful. I just desperately want to do something in my life that matters, that will be remembered, that will outlive me. Not because it's going to have my name on it, okay? You get it? But because it was important. That's it. That's all. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for being a Truth Slinger. Thanks very much for supporting the Truth Slinger Project. Thank you for all your prayers and support, your direct messages, your emails, just everything that you guys are out there, and you know who you are. Thank you very much, all of you. I'm Truth Slinger. I'm out of here, guys.